Thomas sat beside her bed long after she fell asleep. He looked at her wrinkled hands, hands that had worked in fields for decades, just like he worked through nights, both of them struggling but going nowhere. Something inside him cracked, not with sadness, with rage at his own helplessness. He stepped outside the clinic into the pre-dawn darkness. It was 5 a.m. The village was still asleep, but a few farmers were already walking to their fields. Birds were beginning to sing. The air was cool and fresh. And in that moment, standing in the quiet dawn, Thomas made a decision. "No more," he whispered. "I won't live like this anymore. I don't care what it takes. I will find a way." On the bus ride back to town, he noticed something. Sitting across from him was a man in his 50s, well-dressed, reading a book. Peaceful. Thomas recognized him. Mr. Chen, a successful businessman who owned several shops in town. What shocked Thomas was the time, 6 a.m. A successful man traveling on a regular bus at dawn. Thomas gathered his courage. "Excuse me, sir. Why are you on this early bus?" Mr. Chen looked up and smiled. "Because I wake at 4:30 every morning. I use this time to read, think, and plan my day before the world wakes up." "But don't you need sleep?" "I sleep at 9 p.m., 7.5 hours. "Enough?" Mr. Chen studied Thomas's tired face. "You work nights?" "Yes, security guard. And when do you sleep?" 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. usually." Mr. Chen nodded slowly. "So you're awake when the world sleeps, and asleep when the world works. No wonder you're stuck." He leaned forward. "Young man, let me tell you a secret that changed my life 30 years ago. The hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., those are magic hours. That's when you can build the life you want while everyone else is still dreaming." Thomas felt something stir, a dangerous thing called hope. "But how? I work until 6 a.m. I need sleep." "Then change your sleep. Sleep when you get home at 6:30. Wake up at 11:30. That's 5 hours, enough to survive. Then live your real life when the world is awake. And if you can shift to day work eventually, wake at 5 a.m. Always. That's the secret." Mr. Chen wrote his phone number on a card. "If you're serious about changing your life, call me. I'll show you what to do with those morning hours. But only if you're serious, because it requires discipline most people don't have." The bus reached Thomas's stop. He looked at the card in his hand and made a promise to himself. "I'll do it. Starting tomorrow." That evening, Thomas did something he had never done in his life. He called Mr. Chen the next day at 11 a.m. For the first time in years, Thomas was awake during daylight on a weekday. He met Mr. Chen at a small cafe. Mr. Chen looked at him with approval. "You actually changed your sleep schedule. Good. Most people talk. You acted. Now I'll teach you what to do with your mornings." He took out a notebook and drew a simple diagram. "Thomas, imagine your life is a house. Right now your house is dark, cold, and falling apart. Why? Because you never work on the foundation. You're too busy surviving." He drew a simple house. The hours from 5 to 7 a.m. That's your foundation building time. While everyone else is asleep or just waking up, you're constructing the future.